Did Nosy really escape? At first glance, it doesn't even make sense. Nosy isn't finished. It's just arms and legs. A giant frame of limbs that Citra has been showing off in short TikTok videos. There's no full torso, no head, no face. And yet, the rumors keep spreading. People swear it's gone, that the workshop is empty, that something is missing. And maybe, just maybe, Citra knows more than he's letting on. But let's start from the beginning. Citra's project, Project Nosy, started like a joke. A giant animatronic. Something fun, strange, a bit unsettling. People compared it to theme park robots, to haunted house props, to some Frankenstein.
Wait, so this guy made all this himself? Like, just him? And like nobody else? Because like this is impressive.
Experiment. But the more you look...
This is why you don't pick on the nerds at school. Because the nerds grow up and then they build a freaking killing machine robot Terminator and then they send it after you and you die.
At it, the less it seemed like a joke. Because Nosy wasn't built like an ordinary animatronic. It was bigger, stronger, too strong. The legs alone tower higher than most people. The arms stretch farther than anything that should exist on a humanoid machine. The way it moves, silent, fluid, mechanical yet alive, doesn't match the clunky robots we're used to. This isn't clattering gears and loud hydraulics. This is something that moves without warning, something that stalks like a predator. And that's where the fear begins. You see, Nosy doesn't have to be complete to be terrifying. Imagine 10-foot-tall legs walking on their own. Imagine massive arms dragging themselves across the ground in silence. Just parts, just fragments, moving like they don't need the rest of the body to function. That's already enough to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And then Citra, he never explains anything. That's what makes it worse. He smiles, he posts, he shares glimpses, but he never says why. Why build something this size?
Listen, y'all, we need a hurricane to hit Florida right now.
Why give it such strength? Why make it so much like a living creature? Is it just for show? Or is there another reason? He calls it Nosy. But what's it really for? The internet, of course, started speculating. At first it was funny. Memes, jokes, people saying Nosy is the end boss of TikTok.
I bet you the second that animatronic stands it will fall apart, face with bags under eyes emoji.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
Slowly the jokes started turning into theories. People began noticing strange details. Doors in the background of Citra's workshop bent outward.
Wait,
as if
what?
something had pushed them. Strange
Wait, what?
shadows in the clips.
Okay, now I'm invested, bro. Now I'm invested. Wait, what?
Shapes that didn't seem to match what he was showing us. Some swore they heard heavy footsteps in the background audio. Footsteps that didn't line up with the movements on screen. And then the biggest rumor of all, Nosy escaped. That word spread like wildfire. Some claim Nosy was no longer in the garage where it was filmed. Others swore they saw something massive moving at night.
Dude, if I look out my window at night and I see that, I'm gonna die of a heart attack right there.
Can I have a quick shout out? Also,
Yo,
I'm
Exotic
glad
Zabe.
I made it to a first member stream here today.
What's up, Exotic Zabe? Bro, that is terrifying. It did not say it's taser proof. That's true. But wait, in order for a taser to work, it's got to penetrate through to the nervous system. So a taser wouldn't work on a robot because it doesn't have a nervous system.
Streets, across fields, even by abandoned factories. Of course, there's no proof, no clear evidence, but the fear comes from the possibility. Because if even half of it is true, then where is Nosy now? But let's
Considering
pause.
that this, look, I grew up in Florida, man. Let me tell you. If you live in Florida, you are either an old person or you are crazy. And that's, look, I grew up in Florida, so I'm kind of crazy, right? That thing in Florida, bro. Oh my God.
For a second, could it even escape? Remember,
Danger zone. High risk zone. Okay. All right, hold on. It can't swim across the ocean because it probably weighs hundreds of pounds. It's not going to swim across the ocean. It would sink unless it walked across the ocean floor. but the pressure of the ocean would destroy it. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Would not work. Yo, Lily, what's going on? Sick boy, what's going on? You want to know if I can help you be a ROBLOX YouTuber? That's something you got to do on your own, man. I can't help you with that. You gotta learn and grind on your own, you know?
Nosy is just legs and arms, a half-built machine, no head, no eyes, no body. How could something like that get out? The logical answer is, it couldn't.
How?
Not unless Citra is playing tricks, feeding the
Average golf cart. It's in Florida, so they're using golf carts to measure it.
rumors, enjoying the chaos. And that's entirely possible. After all, fear is engagement. Fear spreads faster than any joke. Maybe this is all part of the performance, and yet, the strange part is how real some of the reports sound. People describe feeling vibrations in the ground as though something huge was walking nearby. Others claim to have heard scraping metal late at night, the sound of something dragging itself across pavement. In one supposed sighting, a farmer said he saw two massive legs walking along the edge of a cornfield. No torso, no body, just legs. And when he blinked, they were gone. Another person swore they found enormous dents in the side of a truck, like it had been grabbed and crushed by something with inhuman strength.
Dude, I'm in Florida. Jennifer S says that she lives in Florida. Let's get an F in the chat for Jennifer. I'm sorry, Jennifer, but this thing's coming for you. All right, I'm sorry.
These hoaxes? Maybe. But the timing lined up perfectly with the rumors of Nosy's disappearance. And this is where the fear
It didn't say it was fart proof. Bro, you're going to go up to this 10-foot tall animatronic and fart on it? That's what you're going to do right now?
grows. Even if it hasn't escaped, even if Citra is joking, the very idea of Nosy being out there is enough to terrify people. Because Nosy isn't like other robots. It doesn't just stand still. It doesn't just wave its arms. It learns. Every movement it performs is stored. Every adjustment is remembered.
It's an AI.
So even if it's just a set of limbs, what happens if those limbs figure out how to keep going on their own? What happens if the machine doesn't need a full body to survive? Think about animals. A snake doesn't need legs to kill. An octopus doesn't need bones to overpower prey. Why couldn't Nosy, even in pieces, still function? In fact, maybe that's the design. Maybe that's why Citra started with arms and legs, to see if they could act independently, to see if they could exist without the rest. If that's the case, then the escape stories don't sound so impossible after all. Of course, the government theories started rolling in too.
The government theories?
Some people online are convinced Citra isn't acting alone, that Nosy is part of a bigger experiment, maybe even military. Why else
We gonna send in military animatronics?
build something this size? Why give it silence, speed, strength? Why not stop after proving the concept? Unless the plan was never entertainment? Unless the plan was to unleash something that couldn't be stopped? Something bigger than any predator in nature? Let's not forget the size comparisons. Nosy's full frame, once complete, is said to rival the height of a polar bear standing
Chat, I am 5'8", which means that thing is almost double as tall as I am.
upright, and heavier than a small car. Imagine that, but stronger. Imagine that, but silent. Now picture it with no head, no face, just long arms and longer legs moving through the dark. That image alone is enough to keep people awake. Because
Look at your Twitter DMs. What's in my Twitter DMs? What's in my Twitter DMs?
How?
Now we got a killer animatronic before GTA 6.
Dude. Okay. Okay, dude. All right, hold on. Look at this. Chat.
How?
Look at what this kid just sent me, bro. Height comparison chart. KreekCraft 4'3", woman 5'2", man 5'10".
predators in nature at least give you a warning, a roar, a growl, the sound of twigs snapping. But Nosy, you'd never hear it. The first time you'd know it's near is when the shadow falls over you. And here's the part that nobody likes to talk about. What if Citra wants us afraid? What if all of this is intentional? Every blurry clip, every mysterious post.
Bro, this man is probably holding the camera like this. So he's literally the thighs of this thing are taller than him.
Every unexplained detail. What if it's all feeding the legend?
Is this real? The animatronic is real. Some guy is actually building the animatronic.
The more we talk, the more we fear, the bigger Nosy becomes. Not just in size, but in presence, in power, a myth given weight by belief. Maybe it doesn't matter.
What you mean, hear you out, abs? What you mean, hear you? Even unborn children are taller than Kreek. Okay.
Whether Nosy escaped or not. Maybe all that matters is that we think it did. Because in the end, fear itself is the weapon. Still, the reports don't stop. People in Massachusetts whisper about strange sights near woods and highways.
Massachusetts? Wait, that's close to me.
A truck driver swears he saw a giant figure crouching under a bridge. Another witness claims to have filmed something in the distance.
This thing can run 32 miles per hour. Wait, how fast can humans run? How fast can an adult male run? 10 to 13 miles an hour. Uh-oh.
2 legs, impossibly tall, walking slowly through fog.
Chad, it's not behind me.
The video was grainy, blurry, impossible to confirm. But isn't that always how it goes? The more unbelievable the sighting, the worse the footage. And yet, people believed. Because deep down, the idea of Nosy out there, roaming, unfinished, half-formed, is scarier than anything. So here we are, wondering, asking the same questions over and over. Did Nosy escape? Or is Citra playing us all for fools? Is this just a half-finished robot, locked safely away? Or is it something else now? Something moving, searching, learning in the dark. We may never know for sure, but until Citra gives us an answer, the possibility will keep gnawing at us, because maybe it hasn't escaped. Maybe it's still locked away, just arms and legs waiting for the rest. But what if it doesn't need the rest? What if arms and legs are enough? And what if, right now, as you listen to this, Nosy is already outside, already moving, already closer than you think?